Good morning friends and welcome back to Relief Tutorials. In the last lecture we have discussed about periodic motion. When a particle repeats its motion about a fixed point on the fixed path after the regular interval of time, and such type of motion is called as periodic motion. Planets revolving around the sun, swing, pendulum, particles of matter vibrating up and down, to and fro, back and forth. These all are the examples of periodic motion we have seen. Then we have seen about the oscillations or oscillatory motion, in which we have discussed that only a circular path is not accepted. Circular path, when the particle is moving on a circular path, that type of motion is only periodic motion. Curved path, straight path. If the particle is repeating its motion on such type of curved or the straight path, then such type of motion is called as oscillations. And lastly, we have seen the simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion. In very simple language, it is also called as vibration. Simple harmonic motion is also called as vibration. If a particle repeats its motion on a straight path only, then such type of motion is simple harmonic motion. In a very simple language, it is called as vibration. Yesterday we have set the example of water molecules. When you disturb the water molecule starts oscillating up and down. All the molecules starts vibrating, we can say, up and down. This was the first particle which was disturbed by the external source of energy. The energy transfers to the second one. The particle itself is not moving. The particle just transferring the energy from first to second. Second molecule gathered the energy from the first one. So first molecule is disturbed, passes the energy to second passes the energy to third passes the energy to fourth. See, I am drawing the arrow to show you that in this direction the energy flows, energy moves, disturbance passes. So this motion of disturbance is called as wave. Two direction you note, please be careful. One, the particle starts oscillating up and down. This particle starts oscillating up and down. This also up and down. Every particle starts vibrating up and down. But the energy is going in the horizontal direction. Particles oscillating up and down, energy moving in the horizontal direction. So two directions are different. Two directions to note always. Direction of vibration and direction of flow of energy every time. Direction of flow of energy is also called as direction of propagation of wave. If someone asks you in which direction the wave goes in this direction. If someone asks you in which direction the particle oscillates, the particle oscillates vertical direction. Wave goes horizontal direction. Okay, so this is what about wave. See, our chapter is sound, and I told you in the last lecture sound is a wave. So we are just taking the introduction of wave. We are still not in the topic of sound. We are in the topic of wave. Let us take more information regarding wave. Waves can be classified. The next topic is about classification. Classification of wave. Wave can be classified in two ways. I am not saying there are two types of waves. I am saying waves can be classified by two waves. There are more types of waves actually, but waves can be classified by two waves. One, on the basis of requirement of medium, whether the wave require a medium means whether the wave require the particles of any material for propagation. So on the basis of requirement of medium for propagation, second, on the basis of direction of oscillation and direction of propagation of a wave. Based on the requirement of medium, let me tell you, there are two types of waves. Some waves can only propagate in presence of certain type of medium. Like when I speak here, I produce sound waves. So I am the sound producer. So when I produce a sound, how it reach to the person in other directions? So it reach to the other persons with the help of this air medium present here. Without any medium present here, sound cannot travel. Many such waves are there. For example, if I said the water ripples, we have taken the example of water ripples. To create the water ripples, water particles are required. Water particles are responsible for producing the water ripples in the body of water. Same way, sound is also such type of wave which require always a medium to travel. So, such type of waves. First is mechanical wave. Mechanical waves means the waves which require medium for propagation. Mechanical waves means the waves which always require a medium. Must condition is there, which require a medium for propagation, in which we have set the example like water ripples, or we can say sound waves. So one characteristics of sound waves we came to know here, that our sound, the chapter is, our sound is one type of mechanical wave. Remember this thing, our sound is one type of mechanical wave which always require a medium for propagation. Second type of wave is non-mechanical waves. Non-mechanical wave means the wave which do not require a medium for propagation. Non-mechanical waves means the waves which do not require a medium for propagation. They can travel in presence of medium also and without medium also. They can travel in air, they can travel in water, they can travel in vacuum also. So best example of such type of wave, we know vacuum means no medium present. So the best example of such type of non-mechanical wave is light and other electromagnetic waves. That we learn in the 10th standard actually. But non-mechanical waves means what? Means they do not require a medium. See, it doesn't mean that always they do not require a medium. They do not require medium means they can travel in medium or without medium also. Mechanical waves means they can travel, they can propagate in medium only. So light, electromagnetic waves are the examples of non-mechanical waves. We know light. Sun gives us light. Now sun and the earth, a long distance between these two, and most of the part between sun and the earth is a vacuum. So that easily travel in a vacuum also, they do not require any medium particle. Okay, so this is the first type of classification which is on the basis of requirement of medium for propagation, mechanical and non-mechanical. Now, on the basis of direction of oscillation of a particle, direction of oscillation of a particle and direction of propagation of wave. Recently we have seen the water ripples again. Water ripples, the particle starts oscillating up and down and wave propagate in the horizontal direction. Now see the relation between these two directions. Direction of oscillation of a particle. So here the direction of oscillation of a particle is vertical and direction of propagation of a wave. Direction of propagation of wave is horizontal. So I think these two are, can you see that these two directions are perpendicular? So this way, what is the relation between these two directions? Based on these, we have again two types of waves. One is transverse wave and the second is longitudinal wave. Okay, let us see both these waves in detail. First of all, the transverse wave. Transverse wave means in which direction of oscillation of a particle is perpendicular to direction of propagation of a wave. Which we have set the example of water ripples. This is the direction of oscillation and this is the direction of propagation of a wave. So these two directions are perpendicular. Such type of waves are transverse waves. One more example you can set. For example, I have a rope. One of the rope is tied to the pole here and the end of the rope is in my hand. So I have the rope like this and now I am starting to oscillate the particle up and down. So I have a one end of rope in my hand. So what I will do, I will oscillate up and down. So imagine here is a pole, here is a rope in your hand. When you start giving oscillation, you are giving the oscillation what? Up and down. But I think you can see the wave goes in which direction? Wave goes in horizontal direction. So again these two directions are perpendicular. Fix in your mind which two directions? Direction of oscillation of a particle and direction of propagation of a wave. Propagation of a wave means in which direction the disturbance goes, in which direction the energy flows. That direction is called as direction of propagation of wave. So these two are perpendicular to each other. So when these two are perpendicular to each other, such type of all waves are transverse waves. So example of transverse waves are water ripples, waves produce in rope. We have taken the example. Second type of wave is longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave. Best example for such type of wave is itself sound wave. Let us see what happens. Look at me. When I speak here, when I speak in this way, what happens? I am the sound producer. So when I speak here, the air which is present here disturbed. So consider this is one of the air molecule layer like this. This is the one molecular layer, second molecular layer, third. This number of molecules are here. When I am not speaking, no sound is produced. So these layers are like this. Okay. Now, but when I speak, what happens? These molecules, the first layer molecule, get disturbed because of my energy. So these molecules starts oscillating this way, horizontal. So these molecules starts oscillating. So when it goes nearer to the second layer also set the vibration like this. Second layer when goes nearer to the third layer also getting the vibration horizontal. Okay, so when we speak, what happens? The molecules of air starts oscillating horizontally, this way. Okay, so this is the direction of oscillation. And also, the wave goes, means disturbance also goes in the same way. Let me draw the diagram. Let us say these are the original layers. These are the original layers of air when no sound is produced. But when someone produces sound, what happens? These molecules starts vibrating in this direction. They are not vibrating up and down. The molecules present here starts vibrating horizontally. Let us say this is one of the molecules starts vibrating this way. Starts oscillation in horizontal direction. Now this energy flows to second layer. Second layer also starts vibrating in this way. Third layer also starts vibrating in this direction. So in this way, you can see the direction of oscillation is horizontal as well as direction of propagation of wave is also in the same direction. What was here? In this case, direction of oscillation of particle was perpendicular to direction of propagation of a wave. But here the particles are oscillating horizontally and the wave also propagating in the horizontal direction. So these two directions are not perpendicular, they are parallel. So the condition for the longitudinal wave is when direction of oscillation of a particle is parallel to direction of propagation of a wave. Direction of oscillation of a particle parallel to direction of propagation of wave. Such type of waves are called as longitudinal waves. One more time. This is what the original air layers. Let us say these are the molecules of air. See, listen to me. When I am not speaking and no sound is produced by me, the air molecules are distributed evenly. The density of air in this room or density in the classroom in your house, the density of air remains same everywhere when you are not speaking. But when I speak, what happens? These molecules goes away because of they are getting the energy from my side, so they are going away. So this was what here initially. When I am not speaking, the particles were here. But when I am speaking, what happens? The molecules pushed away. Yes, they start oscillating like this. So they pushed away. So what happens? So this layer goes away from me and it goes nearer to the second layer. So here there will be the crowd of molecules. Here there will be a simple space. See, I am not saying here is a vacuum, but most of the molecules getting the energy from my side and they pushed away from me. So what happens? Here you will find some less density of air and here you will find the very high density of air. This density is lower than the normal density and here the density will be more than the normal density. Note it, I am not saying here the density is low, I am saying the density is less. less than normal and here is more than normal. So the region where you see the less, see what happens. Here is the less density, here is the more density. Then what happens? These there again comes in this direction. These there is just oscillating, they are not going away. So that just what here was the first layer, it goes like this and again come back. So where here was the less density, but at the very next moment, all the molecules come back on this side, and here you will see the highest density again, and where previously was the highest density, having the least density now. Then the second layer pushes in this direction. So what happens here? Here the high density and the low density already here. So in this way, after some time, what happens? The structure of air will be like this. See again, these are the original layers. Now when somebody is speaking, this is a source of sound. Here is not, it is not speaking right now, but now it is speaking. What happens? The layers of air will be distributed like this. Here the very high density of air molecules, here less, here high density, low density, and again high density. So high density, low density, high density, low density. So when somebody speaks, high density, low, high, low density, this way the whole air of the room disturbs. Okay, so the region where you see the density of air is highest is called as condensation or compression. This region is called as condensation or compression, and this region where you see the least density is called as rarefaction. Is called as rarefaction. Okay, so condensation or compression, here the density is highest, rarefaction density is least. And at the same time you can see the pressure of air. Here the pressure of air is highest. So according to pressure it is having the highest pressure. And here the least or minimum pressure. Pressure is minimum. Okay, so conclusion is sound is a longitudinal wave. So the best example for such type of longitudinal wave is what? Sound wave. So ultimately, what is the conclusion of the whole lecture? We have taken the introduction of sound indirectly. Types of waves we have learned, and as well as we have taken the introduction of sound wave. That sound wave is which type of wave? So finally we can say sound is mechanical longitudinal wave. Mechanical means it requires always a medium for propagation, and longitudinal means direction of oscillation of particle is always parallel to direction of propagation of wave. Is that clear? So this is what about the introduction of wave as well as what? The sound. In the next lecture we will see the characteristics, some important characteristics of waves. Till then, best of luck.